live. My goodness, it's the last Wednesday in August, and my name is Colleen Magnus, and today you're creating with Colleen. So I just got back from Iowa, visiting my brother and my sister-in-law and their beautiful family. And I'm just going to warn you, I normally have to be retrained after a vacation. Oh my goodness, I just relaxed. He has a beautiful house, and their backyard is just rolling hills. There's cows out in the field. It was just awesome. And the sun, you could see a sunrise. It was just beautiful every morning, being out there, sipping my coffee, relaxing. And what was very cool was the simple fact that I'm losing my train of thought. I'm thinking, okay, did I make this? Oh my goodness, I hope I made this public because normally people are here. I hope you didn't forget me in a week. So anyways, I got a thumbs up. Woo, someone's here. So anyways, but what was so awesome, sorry for that rolling thought there. The first 3 days were beautiful. It was cool. And believe it or not, I actually had a blanket on me one morning, and so I was doing my devotional out on the back porch. So beautiful place. They will see me again in Iowa. But it's good to be home. I miss Danny, and Danny missed me. That was good. And so anyways, I'm looking forward to after our live having dinner with him. And but I couldn't wait to get back and create. Today we are going to make a Starburst card, and it's really easy. It was, as I always say, it's easy once you know how. But this Starburst card, I'm going to show you how to make it horizontal and also in a vertical orientation. So, gosh, what did I do in Iowa? Whatever I wanted. It was amazing. We ate good. Again, easy mornings. I did bring my laptop, did a little bit of work. But we even spent one day crafting. No trip is complete with the trip to Hobby Lobby, right? So we went to Hobby Lobby. They do have all their Christmas stuff half off, just to let you know. But we got these wood, it's like a trifold wood piece, and it has Santa and his sleigh in one corner, and trees and reindeer in the other corner. And we painted for 2.5 hours with some acrylic paints. Had so much fun. Cheryl, her mom, her sister, my mom, Carrie, mom was painting. It was awesome. We even played Christmas music. So don't judge me. I normally wouldn't play Christmas music in August, but really, really just had a wonderful time. But I am back, and I am happy to be stamping with you. So yes, welcome to hot and humid Chesapeake. I will tell you this though, after that cool weather, they had their hot and humid. So I think I kind of brought it back, but they're having cooler weather after this, and we should too. It's, you know, Virginia's crazy with their weather. Y'all know that. So I am going to get started, but I did want to remind you that Stampin' Up! Does have their designer paper on sale, certain ones from the annual catalog, and I'll talk more about that at the end of the video, but this is the last week. It's only through August 31st. If you have your bonus days coupons from July, you must use them this week because they expire after August. Don't leave any money on the table, I always say. Always spend it all. So you have those bonus coupons, please make sure you use them. And then September 4th is going to be an exciting day because that's when we have our mini catalog that will be coming out, and Stampin' Up! Will be releasing new scrapbooking kits. I have seen them. I will post a link in my newsletter. If you don't currently get my newsletter, please go to creatingwithcolleen.com and sign up for it so you can see what is yet to come. Stampin' Up! Has an awesome, awesome opportunity to branch into scrapbooking, and they are doing just that. Because if you love creating with paper, you love creating in many different elements. So I'm going to boot up here, and I will turn this down, and we will get started. But thank you for joining me today. So let me turn us around. This really is a fun card that we're going to make. And y'all know I love creating with all kinds of paper scraps. And that'll be what we're doing today. So let me see. All right, let me go up a little bit. So Bonnie, I'm glad you're here from PA. Debbie, happy to join me from Canada. Thank you, Debbie. I'm glad you are watching from all that way. Teresa, hello. I saw you called, Teresa, but I was scrambling to get ready for this. Danny even came up, and I felt like I gave him the bum's rush. I felt so bad. So anyways, I will get with him before lunch, and I will get with you after lunch to give you a call back. Hello, Gwen, Mary Kay. So glad you're here. Yes, hot and humid Maryland. That's our East Coast. Bren, hello, and Diane, hello. Renee, Mary, again, glad you can all be here with me. So we're going to go ahead and get started. But this is what I call a Starburst card. So this is a vertical Starburst card, and I'm going to show you how to do this with designer paper. This one, if you can see, they're all different rays. You can really get carried away playing and laying out this type of a card. So what I am going to do is, I'll put my cutter in here. I am going to show you one. Y'all know the third Tuesday of every month, I get together with my team via Zoom. I give them the measurements and we create together. So this was the card, the Starburst card I created with our team the Tuesday before I left for Iowa. And I will apologize, my goal was to get a video out for last week, but by the time we finished with my team, it was every bit of 8:30, and I still had to pack and get ready, so this is what you're seeing today. But when you're on my team, we can create together, whether you're here or afar, and it is a lot of fun. So this is the one that I made, but I want to show you this because, as you know, I always say it's easy once you know how. And then I'm also going to show you some things not to do. Y'all know my favorite motto is, you know, I'll teach you what to do. I might teach you what not to do, but I promise to teach you something. And so I have some things to show you from my mistakes. I don't know if I'd call them mistakes, just what I prefer to do better. So this is one that we are going to make together today. And I am using the Countryside Inn Designer Series paper. And that is one of the papers that is on sale with Stampin Up. I'll go through some of them because I pulled some samples to share at the end of this video so you can see ways that these papers are used. But this here has been out in the newsletter. I'll include it one last time. But you can get a select amount of Designer Series paper from the annual catalog at 15% off. And just remember, if you're part of my Stampin' family, you get a minimum of 20% off on top of that. So you could actually save 35% on these gorgeous papers. Hey, Mary, I'm glad you're here. So this is a card we're going to make, and let me show you the pieces that you are going to need. Let me grab them real quick. You will need an 8.5, let me put it this way, I'll put it this way. I've already taken a picture and I'll post this on my Creating with Colleen Facebook page. But here you have 5.5 by 8.5 basic white. You are going to score that at 4.25. Then here you will have 4 by 5.25 Night of Navy. You will need a piece of 5.125 by 3 7/8 basic white because I wanted just a little trim of white. The piece we are working off of for the horizontal card, I'm going to show you both the horizontal card and the vertical card because I use two different, of course, back pieces, different sizes. But this is 5 by 2 3/4. This is just a basic white. This is for the horizontal. For both horizontal and vertical, you are going to need 4 pieces of Countryside Inn Designer Series paper, like that. Put them down there so y'all can do your little screenshots. And then a strip of, let me put it this way, just a 1/4 inch strip of Night of Navy. And I'll explain later why you need that. So go ahead and take your screenshot. Or again, I will post this on my Facebook page. Hey, Kathy, I'm glad you're here. She's going to add this to her cards to do. Kathy, she's an inspiration to me too. She'll do a card and send it, and then it's like, oh, I'll add that to my to-dos. So here we're going to go ahead and get started. So let me take my pieces. We're going to do the horizontal piece first, since that is like the basis of our card. So you are going to take these pieces and we're going to cut them diagonally. But first thing you want to do is take this 5 by 2 3/4 inch piece of paper and you're going to find the center of it. So the center is going to be 2.5. So I'm just going to take my ruler. You'll know I love creating with a ruler. Being a drafter for over 20 years. So my 2.5. And I'm just finding the center of that. And I'm going to just make a light line because that's what we're working off of, is that center point. Oh good, Sarah's enjoying some much needed time off. I agree, Sarah. My time last week with my brother was, I can't begin to tell you how therapeutic it was. It was awesome. And my mom went, she did very well. I learned, you know, she had fractured her knee, which is why she didn't go in July. And that's why we decided to go to Iowa on such short notice, because she wanted to go in August, and I did not want to travel over Labor Day weekend. And we did great, but y'all, when somebody's in a wheelchair, because we literally had to have a wheelchair to help her, you get to go to the front of the line, you get to board the plane first, they push her through. It's a lot of perks to that. So we had a good time. We really did have a good time, and no travel troubles, which if you can say that these days, that's awesome. On your 4 pieces of designer series paper, always kind of make sure, you know, that if there's a pattern, it's vertical. It's really kind of tricky because we're going to invert these, and one side will be and one side won't. But what I'm doing is I'm going to cut them all from left to right. So left corner to right corner like that. I'm going to do all 4 pieces. And honestly, you could probably cut them the other way, right to left. I haven't tried it. But whatever you do, you want to be consistent. When I did my drafting, my boss always told me that. You be consistently right or you be consistently wrong. But you always be consistent. So I chose to be consistently right, thankfully. Well, when I could. Most of the times I could. All right, so I've cut all these. Cut all my pieces. Oh, the size of the strips. Did I not tell you all that? I thought I had that on there. No, I didn't. Thank you, thank you. The size of your strips. Left you guessing there, didn't I? You need 4 pieces of designer series paper. They are 1.5 inches by 4 inches. Thank you, Gwen. I told y'all I had to be retrained after a vacation. But yes, those are 1.5 by 4 inches. Thank you so much for telling me that. So here I'm just going to take, I like to use my, where to go? I know it's here. I have where is it? My mat, so the glue doesn't stick to it. I told you I was rushing at the last minute, and what happened was I have a friend who's in Salt Lake City, and I have done a lot of traveling, here it is, in Salt Lake City, so I was trying to help her. We actually passed in the airport yesterday. I was trying to help her, telling her where to go to eat and different things to do, so I had a little texting time in this morning. And if you know how I text, that took a while. So here we go. So I have my silicone rubber mat. And when you have all these pieces here, okay, that are cut, you're going to flip one of them over because you want all your points pointing to one place. So I can flip that one, that one, that one, and that one. So at first I thought I had to put them in order. But I think what I have found is I don't have to put them in order. So when you are doing this, you can actually kind of place them where you want. The one thing I did learn though, is if you have something that has horizontal lines, that would probably be the one you want to put here because you still want them to be horizontal. And let me tell you why I'd say that. I did, okay, here's one that I did. I was originally going to use the Take a Bow designer series paper and create with that because I love the bright colors. But I found out I'm a lot like Virginia weather. One day it's winter and you're feeling it. One day it's spring, you're feeling it. One day it's summer. Same here. It could be 40 degrees one day, 70 the next, 90 the next, and back down to 30. So I switched gears this morning. But what I found when I first put this together was, see how this one here is, these were actually vertical lines. But when I put it on an angle, it slanted them a little bit. And it was almost like, let me see if I can move this. It was almost like an optical illusion because this part here actually looked like it curved in. But I measured it and it's not. It's square, but that would just drive me crazy, y'all. You know that. So I would say if you have, you know, this one isn't so bad because it's a small slant. But this going this way just almost made it look like it was bowed. So if you are going to do any type of a geometrical line or a pattern, try to go ahead and make that your first one because we are working off this line. I also found it was easier to just go ahead and put my adhesive on my paper instead of trying to do all my pieces. So I'm using the Stampin' Seal, and y'all know that is like crazy strong. There we go. There we go. Okay. So now that I have it on there, and y'all know, do not put anything down, and don't put it all down until you know where you want it, because it will be hard to get it up off of this anyways. So I'm going to take my first one, and the points, they can be right at the end, or they can go over just a little bit, but I'm going to put one there. And I could, do I want to use this one? Do I want to? Well, let's do that, since we were talking about everything being symmetrical. See how it is. Sticky, sticky. Then I will put this one right up next to it. And then I found you can move these around. You are okay to play with these. So if I want to put one of these here, I can put one here. And you can see they're definitely longer than the paper, but just make sure, keep an eye on your corners that you have. I'll put this one here. Then, let me see. I've got that one there, so let me put this one here. Like that. This one, let me see. So I could put this one like that. So again, start playing with them. I definitely don't want to use that side because that'll give me those lines again. So I could put this one on this side. And on the bottom ones, I am matching up kind of my points. And I did go off a little bit. But if you do that with these, sometimes you are going to have that little corner left over. So what you can do is you can always just kind of, let me put this on this side. I'll go like this. I can kind of go down a little bit further like that because I just want that to cover up. And then I could put this one over here. So that is pretty much what you do. It's like you're creating a fan. And then as you can see on the back, you have it all covered and you just have to trim all this off. So let me grab my scissors. Oh, sorry about that. They're on the other side. Who else has popped on? Hey, Barb, I hope Moose is doing well. Amy, I'm glad you're here. And Marie, I'm glad you are here. Thank you all for joining in. But I'm just going to cut all these off. You could use a paper cutter or scissors works too. And something that I did on a couple of these I'll show you. Y'all know that I kind of like to marry the paper together. And what I mean by that is if I run this through an embossing machine with a folder, it gives it good texture and it almost looks like all these little papers were welded together. So on some I have done it and some I have not. Let me put these over here. But that is how you create your Starburst card. Now, if you did do it like this and you wanted to emboss it, let me see where my sample is. You could. This here, for example, I did this card. When we left, this was the country star with the Take a Bow paper. And actually, I drew the name of Georgia Moise. I guess that's how you say your name. Georgia, if you are watching this video, you have 2 weeks to send me your address and I will mail you this card. And the card I'm making today, if you guys like and share and give me a thumbs up, please tell me that you did and I will draw a name for the card I'm creating. But this is for Georgia. But see how I embossed this? So after I did this country star, I went ahead and when I put it through the embossing folder, it brought everything together. So this one I didn't, but if you have, like sometimes what we used to do, we did it when we were drafting. I did vellum and ink for almost 10 years, is you could take your stylus, and your stylus is your tool that you use when you are, let me see if I got it on this. I don't think I do. When you are scoring. Let me show you. I try to keep it with my score pal because then I got to know where, I know where it is. But here you can also, if your edges are kind of overlapping each other, you can just take this and burnish these little edges together. And that too just kind of gives it that little extra pull that it needs to kind of have them set down. And again, they all go together. So to make this into my card, I will take my 5.5 by 8.5 inch basic white. I'm going to fold this in half and then use my scoring tool. So that is my card base. Then when I first did this, and I had done another one, the 4 by 5.25 Night of Navy, I put it on here and I thought it was really pretty and I did like it, but I felt like these colors didn't pop enough. So that's why I went with that smaller 5 1/8. It's only 1/8 inch smaller, 3 7/8 of the basic white, because I'm going to put this on here. And then when I let me put this here like this, you can see it kind of made those colors pop a little bit more. So let me do that. I'll put it on here. Y'all know that's why I like to use my liquid glue. I should have done that because I can slide. Okay. So then when I put it on here, I will, you can see it a little bit better. I think those colors pop a little bit better. What do y'all think? Now, something else I like to do, I would typically take a piece of ribbon and put it over here. That little piece that's up is driving me crazy. I would take just that little piece of ribbon and put around here, but I really didn't have a navy blue ribbon that would go. So keep in mind, you can always just cut a strip of designer paper and have that go on top. I sometimes struggle with the raw edges of putting papers together, so I like to hide those a little bit. So here I'm just going to take the Night of Navy 1/4 inch strip, and the reason I made it a little bit bigger is so that I can trim it perfectly. So, see if I like that. Yep, I like that. So then I'll push it down. And then always to cut your strip, turn it over, because you can see that so much better. So I have that, and now is when I'm going to put it on my Night of Navy piece like this. So let me hear from everybody. Who has made this card before? Let me see. Let's see. Amy is here. Marie, Debbie. Easier than it looks. It really is, Debbie. Y'all know I say it almost every week. It's easy once you know how. That was from my teacher many, many years ago. Thank you, Diane, for sharing and liking. Y'all give me those thumbs up. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I think the white background, Debbie, I think it makes a real big difference too. And I didn't need much of it, which is why, typically when we cut our cards, we do it 1/4 inch smaller than the other. But if you do that 1/8, I think it's not overpowering, but it just made those colors pop. So then when I have this, I'm going to put it on here. So, of course, the reason I did white down here too was because I want to stamp something. And keep in mind, well, I always say I'm going to do this and I haven't done it. But you could always leave that off. And then as you need a card, put your sentiment on there, because a pattern like this, y'all know it could be birthday, sympathy, get well, brighten your day, whatever you want. And then you can always put your piece on there, your little saying on there. So the stamp set that I'm using, it's called You Are Beautiful. I really love to encourage people. I hope you get encouragement out of watching my videos, but I really do love this set. And I loved it for 2 reasons. One, I love distinctive stamping, but 2, I thought the sayings were great. Of course, trust in the Lord with all your heart, and he will direct your path. One of my favorite verses. You are a shining light. Make today amazing, and you are beautiful. People need to hear that. So I'm going to open this. In fact, it's funny. If y'all seen on Facebook, I don't know what it is. It's like, I'm sure it's one of those games or apps. I never click anything I don't have to click. But it's showing women, kind of like with your face. Of course, it's every flaw is gone. And they have gray hair. like that silvery here, and it's beautiful. And I don't know if it's still big. Everybody was doing that, and I think to myself, why do you think that looks so much better than what you already are? You're beautiful as you are. You don't need that. But anyways, I guess it's fun to play. I already had gray hair, so I didn't need to see what I looked like. This has been coming on since my early 20s. So here, anyways, I am going to put on here, Make Today Amazing, just like that. And then I felt like it needed a little something. So I love that we have the butterflies. So y'all know these things, I keep them in a bag because there's so many fluttering around. But these are the Stampin' Up! Paper butterflies. And you actually, oh my goodness, you get 40 of them. So you have all these sheets. You get 5 per sheet, 8 sheets. And they're great because you can color them any color that you want. So let me get a little one out of here. I'm going to add a little bit of color to it. Let me see if I can catch one. Here we go. I like this little guy. So I have this one here. And to add my color, I'm just going to take one of our blending brushes and the Misty Moonlight. Oh, good. Diane hasn't made this card, but she will. Who else is willing to try this card? Debbie said it's a new template for her. She's going to make one. Fantastic. Fantastic. You're going to have so much fun because I know you have designer paper. So right here, I'm going to give a little tap. I'm using Misty Moonlight. And all I'm going to do, I don't want to cover this butterfly because I like the white. Since this blue and white is so pretty together, I'm just getting along the edges of these little wings. And here you have these teeny tiny little antennas. So I'm not going to go back and forth. I'm just going to kind of squish one way. Like that. So that is what my little butterfly, to make it stand out a little bit. And then of course y'all know, gotta have our Wink of Stella. So here, oh yeah, Here I am just gonna, yeah, that definitely brings the blue out just a little bit more, but it definitely brings the shimmer to your butterfly. Okay. So I have this, and I like to put them on, I kind of like to bend their wings a little bit. Get that body up a little bit. And then I just take just a dab of the Tombow liquid glue. Put a little piece on there. Teeniest, tiniest piece, because it definitely sticks well. And then I will put it here, hold it for just a second. And I was thinking I could leave it like that, but we also have, from the Mediterranean Blooms, I have a navy blue, definitely a navy blue gem. So I didn't know, when I was looking at it, it's like, should I put one? Like I could put one here for the head, that's a little funky. I could put, a lot of times I'll put 3 for the body, or I don't have to put anything. I think I might just put one right in the middle. I think that'll just give it another little interesting piece there. If I was to do another one down here, oh, I don't know. I might have to try 3. I think I got to try 3. 1, 2. And then this way the beads are the body. What do y'all think? Should I have left well enough alone? Are the beads good? Like the 3 little gems for the body? Just wanted that one straight. There we go. What do you think? Should I have left it alone, done 1, or the 3? But this is how easy it is to make a Starburst horizontal card. And so now I'm going to show you how to do it when you're doing a vertical card. So this here, again, my original, I did technique classes for years. They would have the directions on the back, just like that. Isn't that cool? Starburst or Sunburst. And then the different pieces. So this goes way back, but definitely fun classes to have. So what I'm going to do here, I tried doing that, the vertical with the Mediterranean Blooms. And I think sometimes it's better to have the light in the, not the light in the darks, but the pattern and the differences. Because I think you see the rays a whole lot better. Here, I thought it was very pretty, but it was a lot. There was a lot going on by just doing all those right there. So it's really up to you, you know, to just play with what you want to play with. Now, the other thing I've thought, this here, this is using, where's my sale paper? Because this is on sale too. This is using Country Lace, which is out of the annual catalog. But see what happens when you do exactly what we talked about. When you do every other one, you're going to come out like this. And that might be fine, but it's a little wonky for me. I really would like to have the blue on both. So I thought, well, let me try putting 2 of the peach there and then come around. So I did play with that for a vertical piece. And yes, it's symmetrical, but I don't think I liked it that much because this was almost too much. Not bad, but still too much. So I haven't had a chance to play, but when I do, I'm thinking that if I take that designer paper, like for the centerpieces, the designer paper that was 1.5 inches by 4, if I did 3/4 inches by 4, you following me? That, or actually, yeah, then you're going to have like the same 1.25 here, because the paper is 1.5 by 4. If I cut it 3/4 by 4 and diagonally did them and put them together, I would have the same size here, 1.5 like I did the other ones. So that is yet to come. I'll let you know how that goes. But just play with it. I mean, it's paper. You don't have a lot to lose here. And you know you can always buy more. So let me show you how we do the vertical. For the vertical piece, oh, I didn't finish. I was wondering what that extra piece was. Let me put that on the card base now. So this way it is a complete card and not a postcard because there wasn't anything to it to open. So I'll put this on here. Okay. Oh, Judith said she hates being late. Judith, that's okay. I lived half of my life being late. Better late than never. And just the best part is you can always go back and watch from the beginning. So just enjoy from here on out. Great. Gwen's definitely going to make it. Debbie loves the card. Marie said done. Diane said done. Thank you all. Thank you so much. So there is your completed card. But y'all didn't let me know yet. Do you want like it with the brads? The Mediterranean brad? I keep calling them a brad. Embellishment? Or do you like it without the embellishment? Which one? Can you see that? Let me put that up there. I kind of like it with, now that I have it. And then there's the other one. Okay. So Georgia. Oh, Georgia. It is your first time here. Well, it I saw you last time, Georgia. So it must be your first time live because Georgia, I drew your name to get the card from my last video. And then, so please, Georgia, just send me your address and I'll be sure to get this card in the mail to you. This was the Country Star that I have a video on. And then for those who like, share, give me a thumbs up. I will be mailing this card to you and I'll let you know who wins this card next week. Okay, so here we go. To do it for a vertical orientation, I've already found the middle, but basically you have a 3 3/4 by a 3 1/4, you know, this way, piece of paper, basic white, and you're going to find your center. So that is at 1 7/8. So that is for the vertical. And I thought I had an extra set of DSP cut out, but what I had, you're just going to see how it's done anyways. I had here the Country Lace. So once again, I'll take the 4 pieces of Country Lace. And just quickly, I'll cut them from left to right. Let's see. And when I'm holding this down, normally I would just hold a corner. Make sure you hold the paper onto the cutting board because if not, it can turn on you. You want to make sure it's anchored down really well. So I'll put this here. Again, holding it onto the board, not just the paper, because it can slide. And then here. And And last but not least. Okay. So just kind of do the same thing. You know, you could do it, I guess you could do it all the same color, but then you're not going to see the difference. Ooh, what if you had colored cardstock? All right, I'm thinking out loud now. You had all the same color, but you spaced it. Like, what if you went here, and then you went here? Oh, Lord. I think I can have some fun with this. And then you went there. I'm going to have to try that, y'all. Going to have to try that. All right, but let me go back to the way I've been showing you. If I go here, we're just going to go every other one. I'll put my tape down again. And I got a feeling I'm going to be playing in the stamp room all day today. So many different variations you could do. But just like we did the other one, the only difference is the base. I can put here. And I'll put this one here. So again, keep in mind when you're first starting it, except for the last piece, wherever you do your points, try to keep the points kind of the same, right in the same place. And that'll keep the width of these pieces pretty similar. Okay. All right, I have to do it that wonky way. So actually I've got two more. So let me put all these here. It works out a little bit different on the vertical because you have just that small piece. So I have this and this. So with the vertical, I do recommend all your points being the same because your last 2 points are going to cover this. Remember on the horizontal one, you had to bring them in a little bit because they were too thin. So do all your points the same, like that. And you know what? I mean, we are getting into scrapbooking. Marie, I hope you saw where online we do have a digital scrapbook brochure that has 4 scrapbooking kits. They took a lot of great ideas from Close to My Heart. We have the double-sided, the light and the dark side papers coming out. That's going to be in my newsletter. So again, go to creatingwithcolleen.com to sign up for my newsletter. But we're going to have a lot of wonderful products coming out. And to me, anything you use for cards, you can use for scrapbooking. Anything for scrapbooking, you could use for cards. And this, I think, is a cool fan. If you wanted a fan on your page or you make it smaller, you could use it for that also. But here, let me take that off. I will do, oops. Apparently I need a little more tape on that. Okay. Oh my goodness, Amy, isn't that the truth? Amy said, so many ways to create, so little time. That's some true words there, Amy. And I always say, I wish God would give me more than 24 hours in a day, but if I know myself, I would just be using those up and would just ask for more. So, you know, he always knows right, and I think 24 is good. 24 is definitely good. Okay, so I have put all these together. So really, it's just the size of the base that you have. So this is, and you know, this one doesn't look so bad as a horizontal. The horizontal one, I think it was so big, these corner pieces were so big that it was very noticeable when they were not matching. I don't think they are as noticeable here down here because you just have a little piece, and this is what you see. So I like that. So if I'm using just a two designs of paper, a light and a dark, because that's the front and back, I would probably opt to go vertical. Over here, I'm going to play with that, make this 1.5 and see how that comes out. I just think that's more noticeable, but I can live with this. I really can. So by the sake of television and the fact I want to show y'all some more cards with designer series paper, this is what the finished card looks like. So of course it had to be a special fold. Y'all know how I do that. I usually cut 1.5 inches off of the standard card. That's all 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch smaller. And then my inside. So here, if you can see it, here I did emboss with the 3D brick and exposed brick folder. And it gave it some texture. I don't know if you can see that, but you do kind of want to be careful because you don't want too much going on with your card. I did feel like it needed something here, so I took our basic rhinestones, our jewels, and I put a large and then a medium and a small on each one, and then celebrate. Because we should celebrate everything. There's so much to celebrate in life. I will definitely need a card like this. We can just celebrate ourselves and the day we have. That would be awesome. Okay, so now, these are, again, the cards. So that's your Starburst in a horizontal and a vertical. And I hope you really, really liked them. But I did want to go back and talk to you about the sale that Stampin' Up! Is having and quickly show you some of the designer papers. So these are the designer papers. They were available only while supplies last, but hopefully we have lots of them left. It is the last week to get these. And yeah, I like the embossing on it too. Yes, Marie, I thought this technique would look great on its scrapbook page too. Just get 12 by 12 and make your rays a little bit longer. Again, so much creating, so little time. So here we have here. So I'm going to show you some cards. This, and I'm going to try to remember, I've had some of these for a while, so it's hard to tell. This here was from Sarah O'Neill. She is a dear girl who's on our team, and she provided this project for us to make at our meeting. I have a meeting the second Monday of every month. It's either in live if you can go join us for a potluck dinner at the church on the second Monday, or we go live at 6:45 on our Facebook team page for everybody to see. So this here is the Thoughtful Journey Designer Series paper. And here she just did like the timber embossing folder. Just a piece of that so you could still stamp and write on the left. But I thought that was gorgeous. So all these cards I'm showing you, the papers are on sale for 15% off through the end of the month. This was one that I did using the same paper, the Thoughtful Journey. And this card flips up like that. Y'all know I love my special folds. So that was that one there. This was, I believe, Michelle Brown did this one. And this was the Unbounded Beauty. And I liked this fold. Yes, it was Michelle. She sent me a birthday card. And she said to eat some cake and relax. Oh my goodness. Okay. I can use this card every other day. But anyways, so I love this fold. Haven't done it yet. It's on the list. But that uses that paper, the Unbounded Beauty. This one here. Now this one is the Country Woods. I have a video on this. Country Woods Designer Series paper was just gorgeous because it can be masculine, it can be rustic, natural. Too much fun, too much fun. And this was one that I did a while back. This was like a blast from the past. You made my day. And all the cards I'm showing you, I think I have videos on them. But this is a Countryside Inn paper. But this was fun because the way you fold it, it opens up. And it says, sending you a smile. So then you just fold them all back together. That slides under that one. And it goes together again. Again, I've got a video on my Creating with Colleen Magnus YouTube channel. There's two places to look for content. One is under lives, and that's where, of course, all my lives go. But the other one is under videos. And whenever it was a video, either I had done them before, which again, the patterns you can carry through many years. And also, I am live the first and third Monday of every month at 11 o'clock on Tina MacArthur's Creations from the Heart scrapbooking page. If you haven't already, you want to join that page because she does retreats in the Outer Banks. And there's no better place to create than at the beach. And she heads that up, and I will be there teaching classes. So hopefully I will see you there. I was so excited. I actually had a gal who contacted me. We have our bingo on September 20th. And she has said she's been watching my YouTube videos for about a year, and she's going to be at Virginia Beach on vacation. So guess who's coming to bingo? Her and her friend. I would love to meet each and every one of you, hopefully in time. So here's another one. Amy Wilson did this. This was the Countryside Inn. Just strips of paper, absolutely gorgeous. I better hurry up. You'll probably have to, well, I don't know that y'all have to get back to work. Just tell your boss you are doing something really important. Now this was, Michelle Avance. Oh, shoot me if I forgot that. But I believe this was Michelle. And she did a gorgeous card. And this uses the Country Woods Designer Series paper. So it's absolutely beautiful. This one here was a takeoff of the other one. This was, boy, this is with Natalie Travis. Helps when I have the names on the back because I am not a name person. But I am thinking as hard as I can. This was Natalie's. And this was my inspiration for the other one that I showed you. Because Natalie's opened like this. And that was where I got my inspiration for this one. Only I wanted a circle that would tuck it under. So thank you, Natalie. It always helps to have a little something to go by. This one here, my stamp clubs, they made because I love this suite here. Now this goes with the Country Lace Designer Series paper. That's what I used, and they have an entire suite that goes with this. And so, of course, you got your little bird, and that is just an easel fold card. I have a video on that. So that can sit on someone's desk and brighten their day all the time. Now, Lenore Whitehead did this one, and I have loved this. And this was so cute. It is called, I think it's Lily Pond. Let me look at my little cheat sheet here, my note. Why aren't I finding it? Mediterranean, hold on. Yep, Lily Pond Lane. So this opens as such, but look how cute that is. That is the designer paper from Lily Pond Lane. And then of course the dies are fantastic. So Lenore brought this to one of the meetings for us to make in person, and it was so much fun. Here you have Mediterranean Blooms, and it's a Z-fold seam binding card. Seam binding because it's this 1.5 inches here is stuck down, and a Z-fold because it opens like a Z. That paper is gorgeous, and this is cut straight from the paper. So that I have a video on. Here, this was from, who is this from? Melissa Faust. And I did a swap. In fact, I've got a swap going out, y'all, for the mini catalog. Kim Williams does one for the advisory board, previous advisory board members. And I'll be getting that back soon. So we'll have lots of samples to share from the new mini catalog that's coming out September 4th within the next week or so. So here, she actually colored this. But look how beautiful it colors. So whether you want to, the die cuts both. It cuts the designer paper and it cuts the stamped image. And Lisa, I thought you did an amazing job with that card. It was beautiful. So again, all these papers are on sale. So this here was Perennial Lavender. And this was a mini catalog, and you might not remember that this is still around because it's in an online exclusive. So if you go to my website and click online exclusives, you will see products that you have never seen in a catalog before unless they carried over. And very few carry over. It's another place for Stampin' Up! To introduce new products that are more, you can get out quickly, time-wise. Because when you do a catalog, catalogs are great, and I love having a paper copy in my hand, but they have to work 1 year to 2 years in advance. Online exclusives, they can go with the flow, they can be on trend, and that's where you'll find a lot of product. So this paper is still available, Perennial Lavender, and it was gorgeous. So I loved that. Lee Fano, who is a sweetheart who's on my team, she did this card by just simply putting all different pieces together, and that I loved. But when Stampin' Up! Does your designer paper, they do all the work for you. You know, the colors are there. I know what colors put together, and everything coordinates. So don't tell me you can't create. I'm not going to buy it. I have a video on this. This is a triangle card, and the way a triangle card works is you mail it as such. See, there's another one of those beautiful butterflies. But then when you open it, you put that little piece right here in this little slit, and then it opens like that. So it sets up like that. Isn't that cool? So much fun. And then on the back is where you would write your sentiment. Oh my goodness. This is a long day, but you know, I missed you guys last week. I really did. So we're just going to make up for a little bit of time. This here, Terry Merriman did this. She's on my team, and I love it. This is called Take to the Sky, and it's a beautiful suite with gorgeous paper, definitely masculine, but Terry, you did an amazing job on that card, and I so thank you. So happy I have one. Oops. Here's another video I did. Sorry, we're backtracking here. This must have got in the back, but this is Perennial Lavender again, with these dies carried over. They are actually on the online exclusives, and you can see the little, with butterflies, I really do like putting 3 little embellishments on the center for the body. Now this one, let me think. Can't remember who did this one. Anyways, this was really sweet and easy because all you had to do, this might have been Lenore too. I don't know though. All you have to do is put the designer paper that you have right here and just stamp it. So this is 2 inches, no more than 2 inches. So on a 6x6 piece of designer paper, you're going to get 3 cards from that. And that, again, is the Thoughtful Journey. This is the Thoughtful Journey. So this is another card similar to the one I showed you. The other one, this center piece, let me see if I can find it. I've got them all piled over here. Really is the same cut. And again, I have a video. All right, I'll tell you the secret. It's basically 5.5 by 8.5. You're going to score it in 4 4¼ inches. But then what you're going to do, forget this strip isn't here. You are going to cut, whether you want 1 inch or 1.5 inches, it's up to you. That one is 1 1/4 inches. You're just going to cut that up the side of the front of your card. And then you're going to take this piece. And again, all these measurements, it just depends on how wide you want this to be and how wide you want this to be. So this is just 1 inch strip. What I did was I taped it to the front there. So technically this was going to go on the inside, but I was covering all these pretty flowers. So on this one, I have it open like that. This one I did just the opposite, the way I first intended it to. It goes like this, and I love this paper. It goes up for a Happy Father's Day, and then I'm glad you're in my life. So again, I have videos on that, but whether you tuck this piece on the outside or the inside, I think it just makes for a very cool but very easy card. Here, let me see. This might be Tanya Reed. No, I should know that. No, because I stamped this. This might be Michelle Burkett. You know what? I have the pleasure of stamping with a group of demonstrators every month, and I always get confused who it is. Okay, so Melissa Ellis boy, I'm going to have to research that, Michelle Burkett, because I do remember stamping it at Melissa's house. So hope is a beautiful thing that flutters in the soul. So true. That is beautiful said. That's a suite that we have in the annual catalog. And then this is from Kim Peels. This was a paper I got, and this definitely uses the Unbounded Beauty designer paper. And it's very cool. It opens this way, and then it opens this way. So y'all know I love my special folds. May all your wishes come true. Happy birthday. Celebrate. Had this in a swap, and I love it. And then this paper here, too, is gorgeous. It's called Wildly Flowering, and it features a lot of the designer series paper colors. But look how beautiful that is. And that was from Michelle Evans. Your kindness is so appreciated. And here what she did, which I thought was awesome. Okay, this is stamped, but yet she cut the dies with the designer paper. That's all you really had to do to just give it that little bit more beautifulness. I guess that's what you call it. So I hope you all like that huge piece of inspiration there. You know, just wonderful cards, so many beautiful people to create with. And again, those were the cards we did today. So don't forget, use your dollar days, your coupons if you have them. That ends August 31st. The 15% off select designer series paper ends August 31st. In my newsletter, I am going to send the brochure for the new scrapbooking products that Stampin' Up! Will be coming out with. Way excited about that. And the mini catalog. I have it here. They only let me show you products or the front, but on the 4th of September, I will be able to open this puppy up and show you all the beautiful things that are inside. So if I can ever do anything for you, please let me know. Again, please like, share, please give me a thumbs up, and I will draw somebody's name to get this beautiful card here. I hope you enjoyed it today. Let me go through. I get so busy teaching. I love to teach. That I need to check my comments too. Let me see. So Debbie said it's a template for her. She will, yes, she'll make one. Amy, I do love the navy and white mats. Night of Navy and White. It's just classic. I'm so glad so many of you have not made these cards, but that you are going to. That's really what I want to hear. We're back and forth on the embellishments for the butterfly. Somebody says they like it with and without. That's Gwen. Mary likes it with. Marie likes it without. Diane likes it with. So either way, I think it's a win-win. If it's that close of a tie, it's a win-win. But thank you for your first time here. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you again next Wednesday at noontime. Let me see. I'm just going through again. Everybody likes the cards. Thank you so much. I appreciate your support. So, yes, George has already ordered from the mini, and so have I. If you are a part of Stampin' Up, you too can do the pre-order the month before. And that's always great. I have a lot to create with too. And if you're ever interested in joining my team, it's an awesome deal. You select $125 in product. You only pay $99. And there is no shipping and handling. And then you have direct access to me and my team to keep creating and have fun. So just let me know if that's for you. Again, everything you can do at creatingwithcolleen.com. You can purchase. If you do, this actually is the September host code, but I started it early. Please use this host code if your order is under $150 or more. If it's more, skip that code and you'll get 15% of your merchandise back in free merchandise. But thank you. I appreciate all of you. And I hope you have a beautiful day. I am going to go see my husband, see what he was trying to show me as I was trying to get ready. And Teresa, I'll give you a call in a little bit. So God bless you all, and make sure you do something creative, no matter what that looks like. Take care. I'll see you next Wednesday in September. Wow, in September. Take care. Bye-bye.